Mamlechet Kohanim Goy Kadosh. The catchphrase of NAASE VENISHMA, we will do and we will listen, was considered a divine secret, some sort of password into Hashem's inner sanctum. Clearly it doesn't make logical sense to jump in without the details, yet Am Yisrael did. Simply stated, the Torah enables us to become the greatest versions of ourselves. It empowers us to reach lofty heights of supernatural capabilities. It gives us the power to do or not to do things that might otherwise be impossible or impossible to resist. Allow me to share the privilege by way of illustration. It often happens that a daughter-in-law and mother-in-law don't get along. But even when they do, it certainly isn't usual for a daughter-in-law to possess such a comfort level to enter her mother-in-law's home, clean it, and discard items she feels are garbage without consultation. Yet in our story, this particular mother-in-law had invited her daughter-in-law to come over before Pesach to give the house, shall we say, a good cleaning. In this house, she said, it's cluttered, there's older clothes and all types of stuff. You know what, you have explicit permission, throw it out. And as her mother-in-law went to run the errands for the Chag, this particular daughter-in-law ultimately made it to her closet, saw a bunch of old clothes that went out of style literally 40 years ago. I've never seen her wear any of this, as she made her way down to the dumpster in front of the house. Her mother-in-law returned home and was met with an orderly sight. Countertops, drawers, and closets were neat, dust-free, organized, yet as she began to scan the house, something gnawed at her insides. She went to her closet to confirm 3 outfits were still on the rack, the 3 outfits that had hidden inside her 3 most valuable pieces of jewelry. Nobody would ever have gone to look for heirloom diamonds in a raggedy old dress. Her heart began to race when she saw that the dresses weren't in the closet, and what appeared to be a superhuman jump, she raced down the stairs to the dumpster outside the house. Sadly, though, it was Erev Pesach. Sanitation had already come to pick up the garbage. Dejected and furious, she climbed the stairs back to her apartment, and with each step she took, her anger cascaded. Who throws out vintage clothing? Even if I gave her permission to throw things out, who doesn't check the pockets first? Oh, I'm going to give her a piece of my mind. Luckily, she had quite a few steps to climb before reaching her apartment and giving her a moment to regain composure. A moment before she opened the door, she thought to herself the following ideas. If I lose it on her, it's not going to bring my jewelry back. Additionally, my blood is boiling now, and if I scold her at this very moment, she likely won't feel comfortable. She's not going to come back to my house for a long time, if ever. I'll lose my daughter-in-law along with the jewelry. With superhuman strength again and a concrete resolve, she decided now was not the time to say anything. She would wait. She'll wait a few weeks and one day tell her daughter-in-law, perhaps while throwing out clothing, it's always a good idea to check the pockets. She looked up and she said the following, Borei Olam, you know how precious that jewelry was to me and how a woman feels about her jewelry. I have decided I won't say a word. I won't say anything to my daughter-in-law. You know that I have 3 precious jewels at home, 3 adult children, 2 sons and a daughter, yet to find their zivugim. I beg you, in the merit of holding back, of being mivater, please send me 3 reasons to rejoice very soon. She finished her prayer, entered her home, thanked her daughter-in-law for her help, and parted on good terms. On Chol HaMoed Pesach, the phone rang. The shadchan was on the line to suggest a shidduch for their oldest son, one that sounded intriguing. They looked into it, heard good things, and a date was arranged. A few hours later, the phone rang again. Another shadchan was on the line with a suggestion for her daughter. It sounded like it might be a good fit, a good match. They checked into it, and guess what? A date was arranged. Not long after, Ripley's Believe It or Not, the phone rang again. This time a shidduch for the other son. All the boxes were checked and a date was arranged as well, and all of the children went out on dates simultaneously. As the shidduchim progressed quickly, their mother dared allowing herself a rainbow of hope. Approached by her husband, he said, "I pray every day that our three precious jewels should find a match. I always hoped that HaKadosh Baruch Hu would allow each of them to find their mates one at a time. This feels like it might happen all at once." Listen, she said, "I think I'm responsible for this, but I can't explain it now." Shortly after Pesach, all three children were engaged and married one after the other. May, then June, and then again in July. It was then she revealed to her husband